We're continuing now, page Tov Tesvov. We're in the middle of learning the famous letter from the Rebbe Rashab, where he explains his opinion and the opinion of Chabad Rabbeim regarding Zionism. It's interesting to point out that the Rebbe never used the term, from my humble knowledge, Zionism. When he was excluding, the Zionist movement, he never called it Zionism. Rather, he called it those that make a mistake. The Rebbe Rashab does use the word Zionism in this letter very sharp. And just to point out to my humble opinion, why didn't the Rebbe use the word Zionism to exclude this opinion? Because the answer is Zionism can have many meanings. Sometimes if someone uses the word Zionism now and they say, the Lubavitch Rebbe did not hold of Zionism, they're going to say the Lubavitch Rebbe didn't hold of Israel, the state of Israel, the Jewish army, all that stuff, which the Rebbe did hold of the Jewish people being safe in the land of Israel, which happens to be run through these Zionist movement. The Rebbe so held of, but what the Rebbe was excluding all the time was to say that the Medina is a beginning of the redemption. So when the Rebbe is saying he doesn't hold, if someone's going to say the Lubavitch Rebbe doesn't hold of Zionism, what is he going to say? The Lubavitch Rebbe doesn't hold of the state of Israel. See, this is one of the things that, let's say, Satmar Chassidim don't understand. So the Lubavitch Rebbe wasn't like the Rebbe Rashab. The Lubavitch Rebbe wasn't the Kanoi. He didn't hold of. He does hold of Zionism. The Lubavitch Rebbe kissed the Shazar, the president of Israel, and this and that. So it's very simple that there's two separate things. There's the idea of Jewish people being safe. A Jew needs to be safe, whether he's in Israel, whether he's in China, whether he's in Florida. Doesn't make a difference where he is. You need to support the safety of the Jewish people, and that's what the Rebbe was supporting. So whenever the Rebbe supported, even now, for example, a guy's going to wave an Israeli flag. What now, after October 7, what does that mean? That means not necessarily he holds of the state of Israel. He holds that don't kill Jewish people. That's what the Israeli flag now means. If there wouldn't be this war, a guy would wave an Israeli flag, so you could, explain it as Zionism, as the Medina, as all of that stuff. That's the beginning of the redemption. But that we do not hold of, and that was against, the flag to a certain extent, or more than So I'm saying, that's maybe why the Rebbe did not use the term Zionism. Because if the Rebbe would use the term Zionism in all of his letters, people would say, the Rebbe doesn't hold of the Israeli army, the Rebbe doesn't hold of Jewish people being safe, the Rebbe doesn't hold of Jewish, that's not true. The Rebbe does hold of the Jewish people being safe in Israel, just like anywhere else in the world. So that's why the Rebbe is clearly bringing, maybe that's why the Rebbe is not using the word Zionism. Okay, let's read the letter inside over here. So this is a letter of the Rebbe Rashab to someone that took a mimer of the Alter Rebbe. The Alter Rebbe says, in this mimer, when is the revelation of Mashiach going to take place? After the Jewish people go to Israel. After the Jewish people go to Israel, that's when the revelation of Mashiach is going to be. So he says, look, the Rebbe Rashab, the Alter Rebbe holds of Zionism. He holds that first he didn't go to Israel, and after that Mashiach shows up, which that's what all these Zionist people were saying. So the Rebbe Rashab, first of all, what he does is he says very clearly that this isn't the order of events. That I've right clearly first Mashiach has to come, and after that the Jewish people go to Israel, and specifically Mashiach is the one that's going to take the Jewish people to Israel. They're not going to go on their own, and he needs to make something to be built first. And again, gatherings of the exiles is only going to take place after all the Birurim are finished. After we finish to take all the sparks of godliness that are scattered all over the world, we're going to gather them together and return them to their source, then the physical kibbutz Goliath is also going to take place. So what's the Alter Rebbe writing in the Siddur? That when will Mashiach be revealed? Only after the gatherings of the exiles. So this is exactly what the Rebbe Rashab is going to explain over here. The last paragraph in page Tav Tezvov. Hamashakosov b'Siddur. In this, the Alter Rebbe writes in a mimer in the Siddur. Al posuk tihi losei b'kal chasidim the kibbutz golis yihiyeh. This is the Alter Rebbe writes that the gatherings of the exiles is going to take place before Mashiach comes. Hainu, so he's going to explain the Fisha Giluim the Mashiach Lamata Yiyah La'achar Shiskabta Golis, the revelations of Mashiach, even from the first word that Rebbe Rashab uses, Shahagiluyim. Mashiach is one person, so you should just say Shagili the Mashiach. What's his Shahagiluyim? The revelations in Mashiach itself. There's many levels of his revelation. So we say the highlights of Mashiach are going to mainly be revealed after the gatherings of the exiles. Mashiach himself is going to be from the very beginning. He's going to build the Beis HaMikdash. He's going to take everyone to Eretz Yisrael. But when will the spiritual lights of Mashiach be revealed to the highest level? After the gatherings of the exiles. After the sparks of Chesed and Gvura that were taken out of the klippos will return to their source. And he says also simply, the Malchus Shayich La'achar Shiskabta Goli. When could someone be a king? That's only possible after all the Yidden gather together to Eretz Yisrael. So obviously Mashiach is going to be here. It's not that Mashiach is not going to be here. The way the Zionists learn this medrash or whatever, the Mashiach is not going to be here. There's going to be Kibbutz Golius, and after that Mashiach is going to fly from Shamayim or something. No, Mashiach is going to be here from the very beginning. He's going to do everything. But when do you consider Mashiach being revealed to the highest level? That's only after Kibbutz Golius. And he says, when can you have Malchus? When can you be a real king? Only when all the Yidden are together, then he can be a king over them. Even though who's going to gather all of them together, he's going to be the one to gather them together. Nevertheless, he's not going to be considered a real king to the highest level before that. It says a king cannot be a king without a nation. So the whole nation, when it's spread around the whole world, you can't consider him a king. So he's going to be here. He's going to gather everyone together and bring them to Eretz Yisrael. After that, he's going to have a nation. He can be considered a king. He's going to be elevated to a higher level. After they're going to be gathered together through him, then he's going to be a king over them, and on the whole entire world. So this is Gabagash, means physically that you need all the Yidden to be together in order for him to be a king, and also Beruchnis. The was after the gathering of the exiles is going to take place. What's going to happen? All the sparks of Chesed and Gvura that are scattered around the whole world will be taken out from all the different places all over the world that they are, and they're going to be elevated to their source. Then the spiritual revelations of Mashiach are going to be revealed. What's the spiritual revelation of Mashiach that's going to take place then? Abishter told Avram Avinu, to your kids I have given this land. The Abishter gave the land of Israel to the Jewish people in order for them to clarify, to fix it, to make it a holy land. And the Eibishter tells Avraham Avinu he's going to give them 10 lands. Now we only have 7 lands of Eretz Yisrael. And when Mashiach is going to come, we're going to get also Eretz Keni, Knizi, and Kadmoni, the 3 other lands that we did not conquer yet. Ki ma sheniten atal avarer hu ma shenofel b'shvidas akel mizayin midis tetoyu kiyudua. Why do we have only 7 lands? Because there's the 7 lands is connected to 7 midis: Chesed, Gvura, Tiferes, Netzach, Chod, Yesod, Malchus. So the avoid in Golus in the time of exile is mainly a work that is connected with a person's feelings, a person to fix his feelings. that his feelings should be for the Eibishter, not to fix his brain, his Chochmah bin Adas. Of the Gemara Berurim design middays, when we finish to fix our 7 middays, and all the marks of godliness will return to their source. Then it's going to be revealed the level of Keser, Chochmah, and Bina of Toyu. And this is the idea of the 10 lands that we're going to get when Mashiach comes. And then is going to be revealed the levels of Keser, Chochmah, and Bina. And this is the main revelation of Mashiach, the revelation of Keser, Chochmah, and Bina. The revelation of the brain, of the Keser, Chochmah, Bina, the person's understanding. She's Galu, B'chinas Keser, Chochmah, Bina. It's going to be revealed the levels of Keser, Chochmah, Bina. Keser is the idea of pleasure. Keser, there's Rotzin and Tainuk, then there's Chochmah and Bina. When Mashiach is going to come, is going to be revealed the pleasure of Torah, which means the reasons of Torah. When someone knows the reasons of something, that gives him a geschmack. We do not know the reasons of many mitzvahs that we do now. Like Rashi says on Shir HaShirim on the pasuk, Yeshakeni minashikis piyu. He's going to give me a kiss. He's going to reveal the things that are hidden inside of him. This is the reasons of the mitzvahs. This is the revelation of the reasons of the Torah, which are going to be revealed in the future through Mashiach. After we're going to finish the cleansing, the 7 middays, and they're going to be elevated to their source. And after this revelation of Keser, Chochmah, and Bina through Mashiach, will be the level of the resurrection of the dead. This is even a higher level than the crown, Keser, Chochmah, Bina, even a higher level that's going to be revealed through Mashiach. That's going to be Tchias HaMeisim. This is even higher than the revelation of the reasons of Torah. It says, I will be by him a like a toy, like a pleasure. Etzlei mamish, by him literally, mamish by the Eibishter, like it says, Bayayim Ashlishi Yekimenu v'nichi elofanav. And the third day, he will, resurrect us, make us alive, and we'll live in front of him. So, this is what the Rebbe Rashab is being metayik, lefonov, in front of him. The essence of Hashem is going to be revealed by Tchias HaMeisim. I'll touch it as if there's a mimer of the Mittel Rebbe. I'll touch it as Moyov, a very long mimer. It's actually a mimer that the Mittel Rebbe said in front of Rebbe Akiva Eger. He met Mittel Rebbe, and the Mittel Rebbe told him a mimer. It's one of the longest mimerim of the Mittel Rebbe. It's like 100 prokim. Usually a mimer is like 10 prokim. He's like hours and hours. He told him in front of him this mimer. So when is this level of Keser, Chochmah, and Bina, or in the level of Tchias HaMeisim, which is even higher than the level of revelation of the essence of Hashem? This is going to take place after Kibbutz Golius. So this is what the Alter Rebbe is writing in the Maimer. When is Mashiach going to come after Kibbutz Golius? It doesn't mean that Mashiach is not going to be here before, and he's not going to do the gathering of the exiles. No, Mashiach is going to be here from the very beginning. He's going to gather everyone to Eretz Yisrael after he builds the Beis HaMikdash, and only after he gathers everyone, then the real high level of Mashiach is going to be revealed, the level of Chochmah. What's Mashiach? What's the Chiddush of Mashiach? That he's going to reveal the secrets of Torah. When is that going to take place? After Kibbutz Golius. This is what the Rebbe Rashab meant when he said Mashiach is going to come after the gatherings of the exiles. Hainu achar shegit asvu biskabtun in tzitziach sodim agvureis visad l'sharshan aziyah gili madregas Mashiach jo gili b'chinas kasar Chochmah bin Adavka. This is what the Alter Rebbe meant, that the revelation of Mashiach is going to be after the gathering of the exiles. What is Mashiach? What is the main high level of Mashiach? The revelation of Keser, Chochmah, and Bina, and that's going to be revealed later. The Habirur to Zayin Midos. I thought of a marshal. For example, let's say bar mitzvah boy. So you have a minyan, you have 9 people, and you have someone that's before his bar mitzvah. So you say, we have 9 people here. He's here. You don't consider him that he's here before bar mitzvah, even though he's in the room. Later he becomes bar mitzvah. Now you count him as 10. So to Mashiach. Mashiach is going to be here from before. He's going to build a base, something he's going to take care of an attitude, but you do not consider it as the real revelation of Mashiach before you have all the Yidden and attitudes and him to be Ein Melech B'Layam. He needs to be a king over people. Till all everyone's there, you don't consider him as the real revelation of Mashiach, even though the person is here. Until you have the revelation of the secrets of Torah, you don't consider this as you don't consider that Mashiach is here. Like the Rebbe Rashab is going to say even more. According to the Rambam, Mashiach shows up way before the redemption. He's in the world in Galus, many years in Galus, but you don't consider that as Bias HaMashiach because he's not revealed. Our work in the time of Galus is to be Mavader the Midas, to fix the feelings, the Midas. What is the whole Chiddush of Mashiach? Is that he's going to reveal the level of Kesser Chacham Abina. Till you have that, you don't really consider it as Bias HaMashiach. So that's what Alter Rebbe meant. Even the birurim that we do now, when is it really going to be elevated to the highest level? So we're taking, a guy eats a piece of macaroni or whatever you just ate, or now the Rebbe actually said we finished Avodas HaBirurim. But let's say before the Rebbe said it, the guy's a piece of meat, there's a spark of Kedusha inside that's inside this animal, inside this cow. How do you take it out of this cow and bring it back to its source in Kedusha? When you shech the cow with a bracha, and you eat the cow, you eat the meat, L'Shem Shemaim, so you take this spark of godliness that's inside the food and you elevate it to Hashem. This is what it says. There's a spark of God that's in the food. So it's not the food itself, it's the spark of God that's in the food that you elevate. So even though you're elevating it now, but when is it really going to be elevated to Kedusha? That's what Mashiach's going to do. So now, there's one elevation that we do now, and Mashiach's going to really elevate it to Kedusha. There's two types of aliyahs. One aliyah is to take it out of the klippus, to take it out of the pirut. So there's taking it out of the garbage, but it's still not home yet. Who's going to mamash take it home? Mashiach. There's two types of birudim: a straight birud, or it's a birud where I think Oil Chayzir is that it's like a bouncing off light. There's two types of light. There's a straight light, a direct light, and then there is a bouncing off light. Find Mashikasim is able to read the Bermaskal Vina Nachnum Almim Alumum, the Bermaskal Sandikat, the Benin Shem Yashbi. Yeah.